Now it says I'm live. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. It's not there? Let me go for my, I'm going to have to use. Hold on. Hey, Tubies, we're having tech issues, so hang with us. It says that you're in, Cole. There's Kim. Hello, Kim. Bear with us, guys. We're having some serious problems tonight. Yeah, I call it we're live, so I got to get off of here. See you over there. Hi, guys. Hold on. We're having some tech problems tonight, so I hope you guys will bear with us. I wanted to get the stream going, but my system is crashing, so I may not be able to do the show tonight. We're going to try. I'm going to see if I can fix our lighting. I've got a lighting problem going on. So bear with me as well while I hook in my lighting. Sorry, guys. Normally, PsychicBob's better, but I've been traveling, and I'm all out of sorts today. You know, sometimes it's just like that. It's like the heart's willing, but the technology doesn't comply. You know what I'm saying? So bear with me here. While I'm trying to set up some lighting because I can't see you and you can't see me. So hold on just a second. We're going to try to get this sorted out. But I'm glad you guys are here. Welcome. We're going to talk about some astrology tonight, I think, if we can get everything working. So bear with me, guys. Hold on. There we go. That's a little better. You can see me a little bit. Well, welcome. Normally, PsychicBob's a little more together, but today's been a challenging day for me on so many fronts. But I see we got people gathering over here. Oh my gosh, my scarf's all crooked. Hello, welcome. Lamb Chop sleeping, so we don't have him with us today. Hey, there's Brandon Caldwell's here. Hey, Bela Claire is here. Robert Stevens is here. Catherine Ann Wright is here. Yay. Kim Osborne is here. There's our moderator, Queen Colabobs. Hey, Queen Colabobs, good to see you. She's our moderator. What's a moderator? She's going to help out in chat. So if you want to make donations or you have some problems, talk to Queen Colabobs, moderator Queen Colabobs. She's the Blue Wrench. She's going to be helping us out. She's also my little Jack Russell. So if y'all get out of line, I'm going to sick her on you. Thank you, Queen Colabobs, for being here. Sorry about the tech problems, guys. It's just... I'm traveling and things are a little wonky here. So anyways, welcome. There's Bela Claire. Hey, Gary's in here. Hi, Gary. Gary says, I didn't know you were going to be live. Gary, I'm now live 7 days a week. Basically, every night at 7 p.m., I do a live stream. So that's how we're doing it now on our channel. Every night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, except for Tuesdays where we do 12 o'clock noon. And then we do 7 p.m. We do sometimes noon on Thursdays as well. But every day, just know to be here every day at 7 p.m. Hi, Catherine. Yeah, hon, I'm not doing private readings tonight. I'm actually only talking about astrology. Monday night is our astrology night. We talk about astrology. If you wanted me to answer that question, be back here tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon. So today, I'm just simply working on astrology. I hope you understand. We call this Astrology Monday, where we talk about what is going on in the stars. And I am so glad you guys are here. Hey, there's Jerry Thera guys here. Yay. Simba's here all the way from Germany. Yay. Hi. There's Caden Sauer. Wonderful to see you. Caden says, how was everyone's day? My day's been a little challenging. A lot of technical issues all day long. But I'm okay. I'm here. There's Miss Limitless. Hi, Miss Limitless. Hey, there's Robert Stevens. I'm off work now until January 3rd. Oh, I'm so jealous of you. I need a break too, I'm telling you. But you know, I love being a psychic. And, you know, even though I don't take a lot of breaks, I love what I do. I really do. So I'm very fortunate because I have a job that I love. I get up every day and say, thank the spirit for the chance to be of service and to do work. By the way, speaking of Astrology Monday, you got to check out my shirt that I'm wearing. I'm wearing my astrology shirt today. Look, we got all the planets on it. And all the glyphs. Isn't that fun? How do you guys like that? See, let's see. That's Venus, and that's the what is that? Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter. That's the Earth. That's Mars, Neptune, and I think Uranus. So we've got all the major planets here. Isn't that fun? I love astrology. Oh my gosh. Well, it's so good to see you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Raymond. Raymond says, that's a cool shirt. Yay. Brandon Collins says, oh, cool. Love that shirt. Thank you, guys. I thought you'd enjoy seeing it. Well, I'm so glad you guys are here tonight. And we're gonna talk about what's going on in the stars. But before we do that, I got just a few announcements. First of all, I want to say thank you to all of you who joined the Psychic Bob's Inner Circle yesterday. We did a special class on astrology and understanding the signs of the zodiac and how to access the power of the zodiac. And so I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to that. Our next Psychic Bob's Inner Circle class is going to be Sunday, December 26th, the day after Christmas. We call it, in England, they call it Boxing Day. I guess that's because everybody like gives out boxes or they throw away all their boxes from Christmas or something. I don't know. We can call it box. Why is it called Boxing Day? Is that when you get rid of all the boxes from Christmas? Anyways, but no, we're going to be doing a class on December 26th. We're going to talk about Lemurian crystals and the ancient history of Lemuria. You know, my Psychic Bob's Inner Circle classes for those of you who want to be really serious about your spiritual lives. And in that class, I talk about things that I cannot talk about on YouTube because of censorship. So I give you my real prophecies, what's coming in the world, you know, all of that. So we're going to teach on Lemurian crystals and how to work with those. And then the second part of the class, I allow people to ask private psychic questions. It's a way to have private psychic time with Psychic Bob. And because of that, I limit the class to only 10 people. Queen Colobus, do we still have spaces left? I think we have just a few, maybe 3 or 4 left for December 26th. So if you want to get in that, it's not on my website, send me an email over at PsychicBob.com. And if you send me an email, then I'll put you on the list. I'll send out invoices soon for that. It's $50 for the class. It's 2 hours of personal training with Psychic Bob. It's a good deal. And I think those of you who have been coming to it have really enjoyed it. Queen Colobobs was at the class. Queen Colobobs, you thought it was a good class on yesterday, the astrology class? Hey, Gary M. Gary says, I would like to be a part of the class on December 26th. Okay, Gary, shoot me an email, and that way I'll make sure to put you on the list. All right, I'm going to send out invoices in the next few days for that. So as I said, it's only $50. It's 2 hours with Psychic Bob. It's limited to 10 people. See, when you have a big class, like if I was in it for the money, I could have 100 people in that class and make a lot of money. But I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it as part of my spiritual mission to help people who are serious. That's why I limit it to only 10 people, because I need to spend quality time with each of you. So we keep it small and keeps it intimate, and you get to hang out with Psychic Bob and learn some stuff and get some psychic help. So I would love for all you to join the Psychic Bob's Inner Circle. Again, it's not on my website, so send me an email, okay? Yay! Also, this Wednesday, we're going to do the Witches Yule Tea at 4 p.m. For those of you who are interested in joining the Order of the Purple Cord, we're going to swear in Queen Colobobs as our new High Priestess of the Order. So we'd love you to be there. If you want to be there, it's free to come to the tea. It's going to be held on Zoom on Wednesday, the 22nd, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And we're going to gather, just come, wear something witchy if you can. We're going to talk about the Order of the Purple Cord, the work we're going to be doing. We're going to have a ritual to install Lady Cola as the official High Priestess of the Order. And it's a meet and greet, so come out and join us. But send me an email and I have to put you on the list, okay? Hey, there's Sandra Bradley. Yay. Sandra says, I've learned a bit more on astrology after this class. Thank you, Sandra. I'm so glad you came and learned. It was a lot of fun. And, our next class on the 26th, I says, is Lemurian crystals. So I'd love to have you guys join that. We have just a few spots left. So let me know if you want to do it. You send me an email today, okay? Because we're going to fill up in the next day or so. Hey, there's Glittery Rainbow. Welcome. Yay, I'm so glad you enjoyed the class. Thank you. Yay. Well, we got to talk about what's going on in the stars, don't we? Let's see, let's talk about this. Well, by the way, I just want to clarify, because I always forget. This broadcast, this astrology forecast, is for the time period of Monday, December the 20th, 2021, through Sunday, December 26th, 2021. So the 20th of December through the 26th of December, it's the Monday through the next Sunday. Okay, this today through next Sunday. All right. Well, let's talk about that because, I always get, I'm dropping my papers and my notes. I'm always fascinated by astrology. I'm a big believer in it, because the universe speaks to us. As I was saying in the class yesterday, one of the things that astrology does for people is it helps them to understand that we don't live in just some random, chaotic world with no meaning. The atheists would have you believe that there's no meaning to life. It's all just a haphazard, random evolution with no order. And the fact is that there is a divine power that creates and sustains all the cosmos. And astrology helps you to see that and see the alignments and the movements and how it all is a message from the higher powers. It really is, Oh, thank you. Glittery Rainbow said, now I understand much better what we talk about in astrology on Mondays. Thank you so much, Glittery Rainbow. She was at our class yesterday, and we had a great turnout. We had a waiting list. I'm sorry for those of you who I couldn't get in. We just had bigger demand than I had seats for. But that's all right. We're going to do the Psychic Bob's Inner Circle every 2 weeks. It meets twice a month. So the next one in December is December 26th. So send me an email. So what is going on in the stars? Well, let's look at that beautiful, mystical astrology world. And we're starting off today, just so you know, we've got our sun in the sign of Sagittarius. And we're going to be in Sagittarius for 2 more days. And then we're going to move into, we're going to move into, it's the 22nd. We're going to move into Capricorn next. So happy birthday this week to our Sagittariuses and our Capricorns. Wonderful to have you all here. So what is going on? Well, our sun's in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, and our moon is in Cancer, which is a water sign. Now, they say opposites attract, and I think that's really true in this case because we've got that kind of pull of inspiration and then the mystical world of Cancer, okay? We've got our moon in opposition to Mercury, and our moon is opposition to Uranus, and Venus conjunct Pluto. What all this really means is that this is kind of one of our psychic days. That Sagittarian energy stirs up our inner life and our inner inspiration. And the moon with Cancer, Cancer is a water sign, so that makes a very strong psychic energy. There's a lot of psychic energy all this week, but we're starting off definitely with that energy. That moon in opposition to Mercury. Now, a lot of astrologers will tell you that an opposition is a negative aspect. I find it to be a power aspect, so I call it a positive aspect. So that moon in opposition to Mercury means highlighted inner world of communications. Moon deals with our inner life, so your psychic inner voice will be strong today. The moon is also in opposition to Uranus. Now, again, some astrologers will say that's a negative aspect. I call it positive. I'm a little different. That means sudden breakthrough. And then Venus conjunct Pluto means the energy to feel good and to look into the far and distant future is present. You have a sense of inner balance and your own well-being going forward. And it tends to indicate a rapport with people around you. And we're going to talk about Venus conjunct Pluto in just a little while. But today is one of these days where I want to call it our psychic power day. We actually have 2 psychic power days, today and also next Sunday. So just remember that. Okay, we'll get to that also. But I want to just spend a moment talking about Venus conjunct Pluto, because that aspect is with us all week long as well. Venus conjunct Pluto. Conjunctions are alignments, meaning that the planets run parallel. They're sharing the same part of the sky in a sense. And that conjunction is a power aspect. And it heightens the power of both planets in a positive way. Venus is the planet that deals with our own love, our love of self, our love of others. It deals with our physical appearance. It deals with how we relate to the sensual side of life. Venus is always about luxury, sensuality, love, beauty, romance. And that conjunction with Pluto, Pluto brings out sensual energies as well as long, far distant energies. I call Pluto kind of a prophetic planet. Pluto is also a planet that drives long-term goals, such as relationships or wealth, goal setting, trend setting, career. So Venus conjunct Pluto means that you're all week long, there's a lot of energy for you to reflect on how to move forward in the material and emotional areas of your life. And it tends to promote unity among people and, the energy of working together. It's very harmonious, Venus conjunct Pluto. So this week, a lot of you will probably be feeling like you want to make longer term plans. Do I want to get into a marriage? Do I want to be taking that job? Do I want to go for that promotion? All those energies kind of come up with that Venus conjunct Pluto. You may start to feel also like, you want to, forgive me for saying it, but the urge to merge, you know what I'm saying? You might feel very sensual and want to have that sensual experience with another person, That energy is all present this week. So, think about the horned lord. In Wicca, we talk about the horned lord, the Lord and the Lay, that energy that creates all of the cosmos. You're going to feel kind of part of that bigger creative energy and that sensual life force. So that's all right. So, all right, so that's Monday. Now, going into tomorrow on Tuesday, December 21st. By the way, happy Yule. We'll talk about Yule more on Wednesday, but we've got our moon moving over into, well, that's not moving, it's already in Cancer. So we've still got our moon in Cancer, which is that psychic water energy, that deep feeling energy. And then we have an interesting day. Tomorrow is fascinating because we have the moon in opposition to Venus, the moon in opposition to Pluto, and Venus conjunct Pluto. What does this all add up to? Tuesday's our love day. That's right. If you've been feeling you want to get into love and romance, Tuesday is love day. I'm telling you, that is the most love-aligned planets. I see that moon in opposition to Venus opens up our inner feeling of love and connecting to others and ourselves. Moon in opposition to Pluto means thinking of longer-term goals in love. And Venus conjunct Pluto, well, we already talked about that promotes partnerships as well. So I'm telling you, if you're single and you're thinking, I'm never going to meet somebody, I don't know, I'm giving up on love. Well, tomorrow might be your lucky day. You might just, when you least expect it, meet somebody and there's just a rapport that happens. That moon in opposition to Venus opens up all that inner love and that feelings, And so I just think it's really fascinating, So anyways, yes, it's our love day, okay? Jenna says, oh, I'm visiting my parents tomorrow. Well, Jen, this isn't just romance, though romance is heightened. It also can be good rapport between family and friends and business associates. So I guess I should clarify that. So I'm glad you said that. So this will be an easier day to be around people. So, like Jenna has to go see her family. And sometimes, seeing family can be a little stressful. Well, this alignment means that everybody gets along. So, trust your inner self, tomorrow. Be in touch with how you feel, and you're going to feel good because that moon in opposition to Venus makes you feel good as a person. And if you're aware of that, you can project that and carry that out to other people and help them to feel good. You see? So, Jenna, tomorrow, before you go to your family, because I know there are some challenges there, I want you to align your inner self, Love yourself. Be good. Feel good at yourself. No matter what anybody else says or does, you feel good within. You're going to carry that into tomorrow. And so tomorrow's alignments promote good relations all the way around, you know. Yay. All right. So what's going on Wednesday? Oh my golly jeepers. Well, we're on Wednesday, which is 12/22. By the way, that's the day of our tea, the witch's tea. Our moon is moving over into Leo. I love Leo energy. It's like bigger than life. It's dramatic. You know, Leo is fire energy. It's inspiration. It's communication. We have our moon trine Mars, which opens up again communications and feeling confident in your speech. We've got again Venus conjunct Pluto and Saturn square Uranus. That Saturn square Uranus is the only challenging aspect on Wednesday. And what that means is that people might be a little too free with their mouths. Saturn is the what I call the planet that is the brakes of the zodiac. It tends to slow things down and create kind of reserve or restraint. But with the square aspect, that's a challenging aspect with Uranus. It means people may not slow down and may be free at the mouth and a little erratic. Be very careful, each of you, how you speak on Wednesday, because it would be very easy to say the wrong thing and offend somebody or get yourself in trouble. So, you know, people around you may not be as self-aware, but all of you people here, everybody that's spiritual, you all are spiritual people. So you know to be self-aware. You know, sometimes people say to me, well, Bob, I'm scared. I shouldn't even do anything because there's that negative aspect that day in the astrology charts. Maybe I should just stay at home and not talk to anybody. No. Don't ever let astrology restrict your life. Like, we know that there's a danger of that happening, but as they say, forewarned is forearmed. So you know for yourselves on Wednesday when you go into the day, you know, speak carefully. Don't be too quick to say anything. Be a little reserved. The thing is that Leo will make you feel all excited and inspired. That moon going into Leo will make you feel like, oh, I got to sing and dance and tell everybody everything. And don't. On Wednesday, be a little reserved. Now, what's interesting is Wednesday's also a good day to find out information of what's going on, because the people around you who are not so spiritually aware, some of them, they won't have that sense of restraint, and they'll just go ba 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 ba. Okay, and I think that what you're going to find is that you, if you're listening, you're going to understand a lot of what people are thinking and feeling. For those of you who are in complex work environments, I know a lot of you work in jobs where there's kind of political undertones and undercurrents. Some of you deal with that. Well, on Wednesday, that's a good day for you who are in these challenging positions to say, let's see what people are really thinking, because people will be very free with the mouth. You don't have to be that, but stay silent and listen. You'll get the scoop on what's going on. All right. Yay. Now, what do we got going on the rest of it? Well, we're moving into Thursday, and that's December 23rd. We still have our moon in Leo. Okay. Now, Thursday might be a bit of a challenging day. Let me tell you why. We've got the moon in Leo, which is exciting, but we've got the moon that day in opposition to Saturn. We've got our moon square Uranus and Saturn square Uranus. Of all the days this week, I think Thursday may be what I would say is our most challenging day, emotionally, communication-wise, and every other wise. The reason why is with that moon in Leo, that's firepower. Now, fire is inspirational, but fire can also be hot and destructive. And I'm a little concerned that the fire will get out of control on Thursday, because moon in opposition to Saturn, though, as I always said, Saturn is oppositions are power aspects. In this case, it can indicate moon opposition to Saturn might mean that you feel more constrained than normal. Saturn, remember, I call that the brakes of the zodiac. Stuff's flying around. Saturn just slows everything down. So you might feel like you're feeling emotionally constricted a little bit on Thursday, or you can't really express yourself. However, it might be better to stay silent, because, again, we still have Saturn square Uranus, which means that other people will not be in control. So you're going to feel like, should I speak? Should I not speak? I want to speak. Wait, I don't want to speak. Kind of an emotional turmoil day. We also have the moon square Uranus. That's a challenging aspect because Uranus is the planet for sudden breakthroughs, but it can also be a planet that means things are out of control. And then the moon square Uranus means internally you're not going to feel balanced maybe. Now, don't let this um, don't let this upset you. Don't say, oh my God, Thursday's so bad. Psychic Bob said this is the worst. No, please. Now try to listen to me because I get letters all the time. People say, oh, you said this day's going to be bad. I think I'll just stay at home and not go to work, but I'm out of vacation, but I'm going to risk getting fired. No. Don't put yourself in any jeopardy. What I want you to think of when we get to Thursday and you're waking up saying, oh, Psychic Bob, this is a challenge day. Say, all right, Psychic Bob said, people around me are going to be out of control. So I already know that going in. I won't get caught off guard. I know to stay silent. Now I'm back in control because I'm not getting caught up in the energy. So this is why I'm saying when we have these days, and I was a little disturbed when I saw Thursday, I was like, oh, I got to tell them about Thursday. It's the hard day of the week. Now that we know that, we know what's coming and how to handle it. So you can actually make Thursday a day where you test your psychic power, where you say, you know what? I'm gonna manage this day now that I know what I'm dealing with. And you can go through a day and say, well, gosh, I got through that day. I didn't have any drama. Now you'll notice everybody else around you. Sally down in cubicle 3 was on disaster and screaming and throwing things. And Joe up at the front office was a mental case and yelling. But going in what's happening. You can stay calm as a cucumber and sound as a pound. You really can. So try to remember that with these challenging days. Don't let Thursday terrify you. Just know that, okay? You guys understand me? Because I always get worried, when I have to give a challenging day that people are going to take it in a bad way. And I don't want you to, okay? All right. So now get to Friday. All right, let's go on Friday. Well, Friday is December 24th. For those of you in the Western world, that's Christmas Eve. Okay, I love Christmas. Even though I'm a Wiccan, I celebrate Christmas and I celebrate Yule as well. I feel like, on the 21st I do Yule, and on 24th I do 25th I do Christmas. So Christmas Eve, that's a magical time. Yesterday in our astrology inner circle class, I was talking about the 3 magi. They came to see Jesus, and I think it's very magical. The whole mystical star. The wise men were astrologers. All right. So Jesus loves astrologers. His first official guests were kings, wise kings who were astrologers. And they knew all the signs of the prophecies because they studied astrology. So next time you go to a church, and I know some of you have this, you go to a church and people say from the pulpit, some of the congregation believe in astrology and that's bad. I want you, don't stand up and start a drama in the church. But if you want to talk to the preacher later, you can say to that preacher or priest, you can say, well, Jesus didn't mind astrologers. The first wise men were astrologers. The first official visitors that Jesus received were the 3 mystical kings from the East who studied the astrology prophecies. And that's the truth, Ask any preacher or priest in the Christian church, what happened when Jesus was born? And I'll tell you the story. Well, the 3 wise men, sometimes called the 3 kings, came from the East. It's believed that the 3 men, I'm going to have to do a whole video on the 3 kings. Maybe we'll do that on Christmas Eve. But the 3 kings came from Babylon, Persia, and what was the other country? I think it was in Africa. Might have been Morocco. Well, anyways, the 3 came from other countries. And they were all mystical astrologers. So remind your ministers who might denounce you for believing in astrology that Jesus didn't have a problem with it and it all came to pass and, it was all good. All right, so we got Christmas. I'm on my soapbox today. Woo. All right, so Friday the 24th, Christmas Eve, we've got our moon in Leo still. That's that inspired communication fire energy. We've got our sun trine the moon and the moon in opposition to Jupiter. This is another power day. Okay, you talk about what are our power days? The sun trine the moon, the 2 great illuminators of the Zodiac are illuminating each other in a powerful way. And then the moon in opposition to Jupiter means abundance of blessings, inner wealth, inner success, inner knowing. And I believe that Jupiter also always has an outer world effect as well. So Christmas Eve is a day of wealth of blessings, spiritual blessings, material blessings. Don't be surprised if on Christmas Eve, this Friday, that you have a breakthrough. Some of you I know have been worried about money or waiting on a job, you know. Well, you might just get a blessing on Friday. So send that out to the universe, whatever you need, ask for a blessing, and you might just get it because the alignments show that Friday's a day of blessing for all of us, you know. So there you go. Now, then that takes us into Saturday, which is Christmas Day. And this is also a mystical day. Why? Our moon is moving into the sign of Virgo. Virgo is traditionally associated with the Virgin Mary. Now, it was originally associated with the goddess Isis and the goddess Ishtar, but it's also, in modern day parlance, associated with the Virgin Mary. Now, it's Christmas Day, so the Mother Mary aspect is present through the sign of Virgo. Our moon is trine Uranus. This is a very powerful, positive aspect. That means inner breakthrough, knowledge, feeling, and sensing, and having awareness. And then we've got, again, Venus conjunct Pluto, another power aspect of love, of emotion, of long distance vision, of communications. Saturday, I guess what I would call it, I said, what's the theme of the day? It's the divine feminine energy day. For those of you who study Wicca, if you've been wanting to know the goddess and enter into that mystery of divine energy of the feminine, Saturday is a great day to spend in prayer and meditation and communion with the goddess. You know, maybe some of you want to set up your goddess shrine. You know, some of you I know love the Virgin Mary. And Saturday is a great day to honor her. Saturday is traditionally the day of Mary, but now with the moon in Virgo and all these other, aspects, it's really opens up that divine communion. And the mother god aspect or goddess, however you call it, is nurturing, it's healing. So I would say Saturday is our day for communion with our divine mother. I think it's also a day to commune with our earth mothers. And it's also a day to receive healing on an emotional level. So Saturday is a wonderful divine mother healing day. All right, you guys like that? All right, you with me? Have I lost anybody? Okay. Now, what else is going well? On Sunday, we've got, this is our other day of great power. It's our psychic power day, as I told you earlier. Our moon is still in Virgo. That's stimulating divine feminine energy. We've got our moon, again, trine Mercury. What does that mean? Opening up psychic inner communion and connections. We've got our moon trine Venus that day. That opens up love, feeling good, self-confidence. And then our moon is in opposition to Neptune. We have all these power aspects. Almost all the aspects on Sunday are moon related or lunar transits, lunar aspects. That means it is a psychic power day. So we have a psychic power day on Sunday. I think today is a psychic power day, but I think Sunday might even be a little more psychic power, So moon in Virgo, moon trine Mercury, moon trine Venus, moon in opposition to Neptune. If you've never had a psychic bone in your body, you will on Sunday. It's a great day to do meditation, to connect. And it's interesting. That day is the day we're going to do the inner circle class. So what a great time to connect to that Lemurian crystal energy. Lemurian energy is very healing, very nourishing. So those of you who join the inner circle on Sunday, I think it's going to be a great day to do that class. So there you are, guys. How do you feel about that, huh? What do you think? We got our 7 days in our next 7 days here. So that's our major aspects. That's what's going on. Now, this astrology forecast is for everybody here. Okay, all 12 zodiac signs. all of you are influenced by this. Now, for the people that are, right now, Sagittariuses, this week is a little more powerful because you're in your sun sign. And I always say when you're in the sign of your month, it's a power week for you, So, and also for our next sign, which is Capricorn. So Capricorns, this is also a power time for you. So Sagittarius and Capricorn. Okay. So actually, this is a very good week. And even though, as I mentioned to you, that, this upcoming Thursday is really our only challenging day. I don't want to say dangerous day or bad day. That's no challenge. We may have a little challenges on Thursday. The rest of it we coast through. We really do. So, Queen Cola Bobs is there smiling with hearts. Yay. We're going to have a good week this week, And it is an interesting week. A lot of psychic power, a lot of magical power, a lot of communication power, a lot of love power. So we want to really just go with that flow, feel it, know it, be it, sense it, do it. How's that? Know it, sense it, feel it, be it, and do it. Did I say that right? So there you go, Anyways. That's right. Queen Columba says, yeah, DF, Bob gets prepared. I'm always getting prepared. I love astrology. It's my passion. By the way, if you're interested in me doing a personal astrology chart for you, I am doing those now. The cost is $45. It is not yet on my website. So if you want me to do your astrology chart, what I will do, my astrology charts, Queen Colabob's can tell you, it's personal. It's not just some computer printout. Like you can go to other astrologers and they'll just click a button and the machine will print out a report and say, here's your astrology. Mine's not like that. I actually do my own personal write-up of your chart. I'm going to print out your chart. I'm going to look at all the major aspects and transits and houses. And then I custom write my own little mini reading for you. Now, I have to be honest, it's not going to be a 20-page report where I cover every aspect for your whole life. It's kind of a snapshot, an overview of the major things that affect your life. If you want a lot more detail, we probably have to do a full hour reading. And that, costs more. But if you just want a little chart, a little understanding of your natal chart, you can write to me. Now, I'll need your birth date, the day you were born, like December 15th and the year 1982, and then the time and the place where you were born. So if you don't have all of that, I can still do a chart, but I'll need your birth date and the place you were born. And if you have the time, I know some people are missing their time because they don't have their birth certificate. I can still do it. It just may be a little off in some areas, to be honest with you, but you'll still get some of the major aspects. So it's $45. It's not a printout from a computer. It's my own write-up of your chart. I put it together for you and do the custom analysis. It is a bit of work, so it takes me a few days, but I'm only charging $45, which is a pretty good deal for a custom chart. Because I know people who sell charts more than that, and they don't even personally write them. They just have a machine write them. This is not a machine write. This is mine, typed up. I'm sitting and going, oh, you've got Venus in the third house. That means da, 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 da. You might want to know about this. So that's what I do in a chart. Okay. Hi, Shannon. Good to see you. Well, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. All right. Catherine Ann Wright, what are you talking about? All right, beautiful soul, brother. I'll see you here for only 2 more years that I'm birthing out. Oh, you think you're going to go up? Well, maybe you will. We all know our own charts. I hope you'll stay longer, but where your mission takes you, it takes you. But I'm so glad you're here, and you guys rock. Hi, Kim. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Yay. Queen Cola Bobs had me do her chart, and I think she really enjoyed it. Didn't you, Queen Cola Bobs? Anyways, you guys are the best, and I'm so glad you're here. Well, anyways, I thought if you want to take a few minutes, I'll be glad to answer some astrology questions. Now, I'm not doing psychic readings today. We're going to do that tomorrow on Tuesday at 12 noon. We'll do a live stream, messages from the spirit world. So be here tomorrow at 12. On Tuesday and Thursdays, we do 12 o'clock broadcasts. Every other day, 7 p.m. We're going to do pretty much, I think, every day live now because I just enjoy it more, you know. All right. Hey, there's Simba. Simba says, are the energies for psychic power increased this week? I would absolutely say yes, Simba, because we've got a power aspect of psychism today, and we have it Sunday. And I think that with Friday and Saturday as well, with that magical alignment on Christmas and then the divine feminine, absolutely. All week, I would say it's very strong for psychic development and growth. And so for all of you, and this is for you, Simba, but for everybody else, really pay attention to what you're feeling, how you're sensing. Pay attention to your dreams, you know, because they're going to give you wonderful insights, you know. All right. Thank you. Here, there's moderator Queen Call Bob says, Bob's are the planets making everyone crazy at the moment? We do have, some transits that one of the transits, which I didn't talk about, was that the moon, there's so many, well, let me put it this way. There are a lot of powerful lunar transits going on right now. And sometimes for people that are very sensitive, a lot of powerful energy in the lunar area can make people feel a little anxious, a little imbalanced, a little high strung. So if you're one of those people where you say, well, Bob said everything's good, but I'm just feeling a little out of it, it probably means that you're just very sensitive to water energy and to lunar energy. So what you want to do is focus on slowing down, meditate, ground yourself to eat a little extra food this week. If you're feeling a little high strung, that'll just ground you down a little bit. And try to walk, keep the energy going. So yes, sometimes there are things that are aligning. I think this next week, there's so much lunar activity for some people. It could be a little, make them feel a little out of sorts. But overall, I think it's going to be more positive than negative. Okay. There, I hope that helps a little bit, you know. Yay. Thank you. All right, there's Shannon. Hi, Shannon Welch. Shannon says, are the planets' effects stronger than the moon? Are they one and the same? Well, you know, Shannon, the moon and the sun are what we call the illuminators of the zodiac. The moon is the planet that actually affects us the most on a daily basis because the moon is the great illuminator that affects our inner feeling, our inner energies for the day. So knowing what sign you're in is probably, if you know nothing else during the day, find out what sign the moon is in. That'll give you a big insight to the day. In terms of the planets, all of the planets do have an influence. But I think that, you know, the effect of, for example, a planet like Pluto at the far end of the cosmos has less of an effect than a planet closer because there's the belief that the planets also have a gravitational effect on our Earth. And so like the moon, you know, the tides of the ocean are affected by the moon. So the moon has a more direct impact on you than, for example, the planet Uranus way out on the edge of the galaxy or on the edge of the solar system. So they do all have an effect, but the moon is the one that infects us more immediately. Now, other planets like Saturn have effects too. And some of the planets' effects like Jupiter and Saturn can be really strong as well. But in the moment, it's generally the moon that's the strongest effect on us. I hope that answers that for you. So I guess I'd say in a nutshell, they're not all equal. Some planets have a greater impact than others. And depending on the timing and, you know, there's so many factors. Astrology is kind of complex. You can't always give every answer in a nutshell, but I hope that makes it a little clearer for you, you know. All right, Diana G. Hi, Diane G. Diane G says, oh, hold on, I just lost your question. Bob, my birthday is August the 19th. Am I a true Leo or closer to Virgo. You're at what we call a cusp. And I have to tell you, in all honesty, I can't tell you unless I look at an ephemeris. I don't have an ephemeris with me. Ephemeris breaks down every year where the sun was, because the zodiac will switch a day, like a day or two each year. Like the Virgo might start on August 19th this year, but next year it starts on August 20th. This is why some astrologers have the dates just slightly different than another. It depends on how they interpret where it starts and ends. I think, for you, it's really, I'd have to look at an ephemeris. I can't just say off the top of my head. To really know what you are would require an ephemeris. So the year of your birth, if you know what year it is, then we can find out where the sun was on that day, whether it was really in Leo or it was in Virgo. My mother, just to give you an example, she all her life told me she was Sagittarius. Now, I've been studying astrology for about literally 45 years, since I was like 10 years old. My mother said she's Sagittarius, but every time I read astrology books about her, I kept saying she seems more of a Scorpio to me. But she swore she's a Sagittarius. Well, anyways, I actually got an ephemeris and I actually looked up the exact day of her birth and where the sun was. And that year that she was born was in 1934. The sun did not cross into Sagittarius that year until the 23rd. Now, her birthday was on the 22nd, and most astrologers will say November 22nd starts Sagittarius. But that one year, the true actual alignment put her in Scorpio, not Sagittarius. So, what are you going to do? So I'd have to see an ephemeris, okay? But anyways, yeah, maybe I can come back to that with you, But I hope that makes a little sense. Now, also, I would tell you, Diane G, if you're one of these people on the cusp, like we call that being on the cusp, where you're right on the line, it could be either sign. Study each of the horoscopes. Read your horoscope every day. Study the signs, read about each sign, and then you'll start to know, like, oh, I really think I'm a Leo, or I think I'm a Virgo. When you're a cusp baby, you can decide what sign you are. Don't let any astrologer force you into it. Now technically it's true that the alignment of that planet of the sun on that day does determine it. But I also find with cusps, you will have an inner identity, like I am really a Leo or I am really a Virgo. And that's okay too. My mother, God rest her soul, loved being Sagittarius. She bought Sagittarius gemstones. She was all into being Sagittarius. Her jewelry was Sagittarius. Truth is, when I tried to tell her she was a Scorpio, she would hear none of it. She's like, I'm not a Scorpio. I know, you're wrong, you're wrong. You know what? She was a Sag because her heart was a Sag. Technically, she was a Scorpio, but her heart was a Sag. And I think for her, being a Sag made her happy. So claim which one you feel connected to, okay? I hope that helps. Thank you so much. That's a good question. All right, Stardust. See, I can't answer your question. Just listen to what I said a few minutes ago for Diane G, because that's the same for you. I'd have to get a ephemeris to look at them. I can't do that right now, okay? If you buy an astrology chart, I'll be able to determine that for you guys, So that might be, if you're interested, that I can get down, because I have all the books and the charts and all that I can actually figure it out for you. But right today, I can't do that right at the moment. Okay. Thank you so much. Diane G is laughing. She says, ha ha, Vegas Scorpio just didn't work for your Bob. Well, no, it didn't. But you know what? Honestly, Diane G, what's really funny, and to show you how accurate astrology is, I love astrology because it proves itself. I never thought my mom was a Sag. I always felt she was a Scorpio by her behaviors and her expression. But she didn't believe it, and she wanted to. So we just let her believe she's a Sagittarius. Oh my gosh! Well, she's in heaven now. I bet she's hearing me say this. And she's probably up there going, "He's wrong. He's wrong. I'm a Sagittarius." Anyways, but within yourself. So my mom believes she's. And hey, you know what? That was her truth, and I'm okay with that. But you should have seen when I tried to hint it. She's like, don't say that. That's not right. But it was technically. Anyways. It's so good to see you guys. Who else had a question? I saw another question here. Queen Kolobob says, I'm a Capricorn. I go on more like an Aquarius, grumpy when I wake up. Well, yeah, sometimes I'm grumpy when I wake up. Sorry. Poor Queen Kolobob, right before the show, she had to put up with my attitude. I just had a power nap, and I was all out of sorts because all my equipment was messed up. Queen Kolobob, I wasn't mad at you. I was just in a rush. I hope you know that. Kim Osborne writes, my mom's birthday was January 18th, 1938. What was she? Again, I'm not going to be able to answer cusp questions tonight. I would say that your mom, though, honestly, Kim, in my readings, Aquarius starts on January 20th or 21st. I'd say 20th. So she would have been a Capricorn. January 18th is too early for Aquarius. So she was a Capricorn. If she was right on the cusp, then I wouldn't be able to answer that, but she's not on the cusp. Moonface says, I love Sagittarius too. Are you a Sag, Moonface? That's your sign? Name it and claim it. That's what I always say, Like I say with cusp babies, find which sign you like, but then you better own it, right? Because, everybody wants to have an opinion, and you got to stand in your truth. You name it, you claim it, you own it, right? And then you'll be that. My mom owned being being a Sagittarius, and she was a Sag. Horoscope chart says something slightly different, but we're not going to argue it. She was cusp. Oh my gosh. Shannon's the interesting question. She says, Shannon Welch says, Bob, any insight on why they say don't fall asleep in the sun? Entities can attack. I have, Shannon, never heard that in relation to astrology. I'd say don't fall asleep in the sun because you get a really bad sunburn. And then you'll feel like you've been attacked because you'll be all swollen and injured. I've not heard of entities attacking. Now, there are some people that say if you sleep under a full moon, that you'll like sleepwalk and have strange dreams and even, act a little crazy. Again, I think it goes to the person. I wouldn't put it as a blanket statement for everybody. I like to sleep under the moon. To me, I have psychic dreams, Kaden Sauer is a good question. She says, how does astrology affect who we are as people? And does it affect animals? Caden, that's a good question. Astrology affects us as people in that we are sensitive as human beings. We are sensitive to energies. I believe the way it works, well, there are two different thoughts that some astrologers say. One is that we as spirit beings look into the life on the earth. We plan our life chart. And some of us say, oh, I love the alignment of the planets. It supports my journey into Earth. And then we incarnate. Some people say that. I think that could be true. I think it is because I do know from the spirit world and having been there myself in a near death, we do plan our journeys. There's another school of thought that astrology affects who we are in the sense that when we come in, it's like there's an impression on our conscience. The alignment of the planets, the energy of the day we were imprints on us, like just somehow almost like when you take an x-ray, right? The x-ray imprints on your body and leaves an image. Some people say the planets imprint on a soul and affects them from the moment of birth. I think that's equally true as well. So I really think that it could be either way. And I think, again, it comes back to the person, In terms of animals, that's a really interesting question because I started evaluating my mom's dogs astrologically. And her former dog, Jake, it was interesting. He had a high-strung nervous. He was a little out of control. He ended up, his birthday was a Leo. He was a Leo astrologically. I thought, wouldn't that create a conflict You're a dog, but you're a cat by zodiac. So Leos have a lot of cat-like energy and lion energy. And I always thought that dog felt conflicted. And I think his astrology did impact him in that it made him not feel balanced within himself. Poor dog was a mess all his life. Wonderful dog, but he was a little different. And I really think that when I did his astrology, it showed a lot of interesting stuff. So yes, you can do astrology for animals as well. Astrology charts can be cast for people, for places, for events, all of that. Everything has an imprint when the stars are around us. So it affects all of us, yes. I hope that answers that question. That was a good question. Shannon Welch says, yes, a sunburn for sure, but I've heard a few people say that for some reason entities can attach easier. I'm not afraid of. Shannon, I really believe that entities and negative entities attaching somebody is really about their own personal energy levels and what they're doing and how they're protecting themselves. I really have never heard, or do I believe that the sun or sleeping in the sun can do that. So I don't know who told you that. I just never encountered it in my work, Shannon says, tanorexic. That's cute. Hi, Scott from Maryland. Scott from Maryland says, is the place you were born on the earth a special place? Is that why we want to go back home? I think that any soul that comes into the earth, Scott, comes with a mission and a blessing from heaven. I think some of us choose, well, I don't think, I know that we choose our families that we're born into. So in a sense, we choose the place. We choose the time we come into the earth. One of the things that we do in astrology, and I'll have to explain this more later on, it's more complex. There's a north node and a south node. And the north node is where the sun is on the northern kind of placement of the sun in the chart on that day. And that reflects what our mission is coming into the earth, what draws us to the earth, and what we're inspired by, what drew us in. And then the south node is what past karma we bring in with us from former lives. But I think the place can be special in the sense that you plan to be here, And he says, is that why we want to go home? We want to go home because home is really beautiful. When I had my near-death experience and I was literally in the light on the other side, I begged God not to let me come back. And I was told that I had not finished my work and had to come back. And thank God I came back, because my life has been wonderful. It's been an immense adventure. I would have missed so much growth and opportunities. So, anyways, I don't know if that answers your question, but I hope that gives you some insight. All right. Interesting. Caden says, the United States is a Cancer according to astrology. It makes sense because Cancer is the mother. Isn't that interesting? And, we have the Statue of Liberty, which represents our country. The Statue of Liberty is actually a real goddess, Libertas, from ancient Rome. So that's really fascinating, Caden. I hadn't looked at that. But yes, you can do an astrology chart for the founding of the United States. And what they did is they probably based that chart on the founding date, like the July 4th, 1776 or something like that. So very interesting. Yay. Oh my gosh. Masters Omniverse has a really interesting question. He says, how can someone find his karma with astrology? That's what we call the north node and the south node in the chart. As I was saying earlier about the north node, the south node shows our karma that we come in with. So if I do your chart, it would place where the south node is, and then I would know kind of what planets there are influencing on a karmic level. So yes, we can look at karmic links, and I do that as part of my astrology chart for you. Absolutely. Yay. Nigella for me. That's a good question, Masters. Nigella for me. I'm an Aries, and my youngest son, who is 31, is a Leo, and we are as close as can be. He's the baby of all my kids. Isn't that wonderful? Well, both of you are fire signs, and fire signs stimulate and help each other grow as people. So I think that's a big factor in your chart, And I bet both of you have a strong placement with Aries or with Libra in your chart, like a lot of power aspects in Libra. That brings communication and balance and support to people. So it'll be interesting to see your chart. But that fire energy is definitely a factor, Joey Theraguy asks a good question. He says, what hidden gifts do Geminis have? Well, Geminis are interesting. They're wonderful communicators. They have ability to reach people and build partnerships. I don't know if their gifts are so much hidden. I guess I would say the hidden aspect of Gemini is that, well, they're the twins. Okay, let me break it down this way. The twins have dual natures, good and bad. And the hidden gifts, the outer gifts and the inner gifts, there's always a dual nature. So a Gemini may outwardly appear to be very, at times, I'm not saying Geminis are, but just as an example, somebody as a Gemini may be a celebrity and be superficial. They're in the public eye, they're smiling, laughing. Everybody says, oh, well, they're just a glamorous movie star. That's all to them. But a Gemini can have the inner hidden side where like they really do mystical good works. Like there may be a Gemini, who in their spare time goes and feeds and clothes the homeless and works at homeless shelters, yet they never tell anybody. So they do good in the background, unknown and unseen. And it's funny because Geminis are some of the most outwardly visible people, but they can also have that you're right, they do have hidden gifts. And the hidden gifts are that they can bring transformation in the background and be influential when people don't know that they're influential. So I hope that answers that. Good questions. You guys are asking great questions tonight. Caden Sauer asks, is astrology karmatic? It is, because as I was saying earlier, the North and South nodes deal with our karma and our destinies. So yes, there are karmic and karmatic elements to astrology. We do bring in by the South node in the chart, we do show some of the karma that we carry, good and bad, and you'll see people's challenges and it'll help you understand their struggles, knowing the karma. Now, karma is not always bad. Some people have amazing past life energy, and it shows in the chart they're bringing it in. But I find that a lot of times the past life stuff also shows maybe issues that we need to work on that are unresolved from another life that may repeat in this life, Oh my gosh. Oh, good, Joe. I'm glad you like that. I'm glad that answer about Gemini's dual nature helps you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, because I just see we are in our hour. Gosh, I don't know where time is. PsychicBob has to get off here because I've got some more work to do tonight. But I want to say thank you for being here. I hope this has been insightful and fun for you. I've enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. Now listen, let me remind you, if you want to join the December 26th Inner Circle, shoot me an email at my website, PsychicBob.com. Queen Colobos can put that information up for you. And I want to say thank you for being here. You guys rock. Oh, thank you, Scott. You're welcome. I'm glad I can be of help. Scott says, thank you for your time. Blessings. Thanks for being here, Scott. Thank you. You're welcome, Ms. Lemons. Thank you for being here. She says, thank you so much. Thank you, Glitter, but good to see you. Yes, I agree. Caden Sauer says, everyone have a good night, good show. This was a good show. Bye, everyone. This was a good show. Thank you, Caden. Thank you for being here. Y'all asked wonderful questions, and I've so enjoyed it. Well, listen, we'll be back here tomorrow. Be here tomorrow on Tuesday at 12 o'clock noon for live stream messages from the spirit world. I'll be doing live psychic readings, taking your chat questions. So come out, bring your chat questions, and let's have fun tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Till then, may all of you always blessed be.